my oldest son who graduated, we were actually told that an expert told us that he should be in public school, that homeschooling was not right for him because I couldn't give him what he needed to succeed. My son laughed. I laughed because we knew that was never the answer. And we went home and we growth hacked different systems and different courses that would work for him. He loves reading. He can read a book. The writing, not so much, but he can read and he can retain. So
Mm-hmm.
we took some of his courses, and instead of having him write in the teacher's guides and doing those activities, just writing, we decided we would make videos in them. We would do oral narration to help. So I knew he understood, and that way he could get through the course, but it tailored to his needs and his interests,
Mm.
especially with some of the courses that required a lot of extra writing.
Okay. So that was with one child who had this worked well for him. And you're, as a mom, balancing, I've got this kid with this special needs or special way of learning or unique way of learning. And then you've got somebody else like this child did great in algebra. This child didn't do great in algebra. So you're always looking and shifting. And the growth hack term, in case y'all haven't heard that before, Randy uses it a lot in teaching tips, which he gives on Thursdays in the Masterbooks app at 3:30. We highly recommend you catch those, and you can catch the replays as well there. But in growth hacking, it's really kind of a marketing term where you are looking for, you're going to try something new. If it works, you do more of it. If it doesn't work, you shift, let go of something so you can try something else, and you just keep building. And it's not one straight linear path. Like here's my whole homeschool from K through 12. You got it figured out. You're going to do it and all that's planned. It doesn't necessarily work that way. And I like that in our catalog, in the Masterbooks Homeschool catalog of resources, like for instance, in science, we have a lot of different options. It looks like, wow, there's too many things to choose from here. But actually, you've got different ways of learning, different opportunities to have like maybe more hands-on learning with and story-based learning with our Let's Talk Science, and then something a little different with God's Design. So tell us a little bit how you have seen in the science department for your kids, how that's worked for them and having options.
So when we first started Masterbook Science, we didn't have all of these resources that we
Okay.
have now, which I love all of the sciences. So I've had children that didn't get to use some of the sciences. So when we first came, my oldest daughter, she hated school. She hated it. We came from a big box curriculum, and she was just, school is dumb. I don't need this stuff. And she started astronomy, the Jason Lyles course. And she goes, Mom, did you know this? And she's quoting things from the book. And it sparked this love for learning. And I didn't dare say, oh, you're learning. I went along with it. And no, I didn't know that, sweetheart. And then she that sparked a love for, oh, I want to try this science. And so she tried the pre-med, and she loved the pre-med and learning about how we're created and learning all the different the studies in that course. And she didn't have biology, so then we did do biology as for a credit, and she loved that too, and we did it with a group. When we have younger kids and some of these courses came out, I noticed that, like God's Design for Heaven and Earth, my son, who loves science, didn't get to use that course. So he taught his younger sibling who loved that course. We've also done it to where we have combined when needed because of different seasons in our life where I couldn't sit down with each and every child because of whether it was having a baby or having a child having medical issues, whatever the case is. I've been able to combine, pick something they were both interested in and do it that way so they could both learn or all three learn. My daughter, who's in high school now, she loves the anatomy and physiology courses, and
Okay.
she's done all of them. And the new book came out, and she's even doing that, and she's using it as an elective because that's what she loves, and she loves learning about the body and the different systems and just the way that it's presented. I love it. I love it as a mom. I love it as someone who has has that medical background, because it's from a creation standpoint and about how we were created. And she's learning. She just got done with the reproductive system, and she
Mhm.
learned it from a biblical point of view. She didn't learn it from a kid on the street or someone or a
Yes.
teacher at school. She learned it in a very appropriate manner. And
Mhm.
I love that. I love that no matter the needs of our kids, the sciences cater to that, whether it's we've made before Let's Talk Science came out, we made science journals to go along with some of the courses because of the younger kids. They couldn't do the word searches or some of the writing that was involved, so they were able to draw and write simple words. We have done where we've just taken a specific course out of God's Design for Life, or a specific section out of it, and focused on that section.
Mhm.
I have a son who loves reptiles, he loves animals, and if it were up to him, we'd probably own a zoo right now.
Cute.
And so we took that section out, and we were able to do like a unit study with the animals and pull from the zoology course, pull from the sea, soil, and sky course, and create something for his interests that he was interested in and learning.
Wow. I love that. I love how you are building their education, whether it's unified, the whole family learning together, or in their individual courses, and even having the older students teach. That's really neat.